It's not a problem. It can be fixed. It's just gonna take a minute, and I'm gonna have to redo everything, all this work. All right, so I found a problem, and I think it's gonna take a lot of work. Let's take a look at it. The problem is right here, this wavy part, that's plywood, and you can kind of see of a trail along it. It just goes crazy. I noticed this the other day. Well, I didn't notice this wood. I didn't think it was this bad, but I came in here and I found a wet spot on the floor. So I'm gonna try to repair this. I'm gonna try to do it as non-destructively as possible. I'm probably gonna have to take off all this gray stuff, and then I'm gonna have to chop out as much of the damaged wood as possible and then put in new wood. I'm thinking that the culprit is definitely a hole of light that I can see from the inside that is not a window, so it must be a source of water, which could be leading to this horrible warpage that I found. Now that the shower thing's off, the curtain rod, whatever you want to call it, I'll take this off. This is a skylight interior piece. I can tell already that the wood under here is going to be horrible. And you look at that screw, that's pretty nasty. Oh no. That is so bad. So bad. Let's pull it off now. Okay. We got it. We got it off. You might see there's some condensation, and that's a key indicator that water was getting into where it shouldn't be. So I pulled the interior skylight off, and here is the result of that. There is rust, and that piece of plywood that was once flat is now separated and warped. So I need to replace that, which is the plan all along. We're going to replace that whole piece. I just hope it's not as big as the entire roof of the van, because that's going to be a pain in the butt. All right, I'll see you in a minute. Here's some more light holes. So anywhere you can see light is where water is getting in. Yeah, right there, all the way around. It's happening everywhere. So this is, it's not a problem. It can be fixed. It's just gonna take a minute, and I'm gonna have to redo everything, all this work. So I ended up just chopping the light off. Do this. Again, not an electrician. But that will enable me to pull this lining back, hopefully, and see what lies beneath, or above in this case. Wish me luck. Ugh. Oh no. No. Ooh. Okay. All right. Not completely horrible. Yeah. So that's one of the problem spots, and then you see how damp it is right here. There has been. Let's see. In order to stop leaking from happening, should it rain again in the near future before I can plug up these holes, I'm just going to put a trash bag over the vent cover and over the fan. I think I'm gonna figure out what kind of plywood I need. It looks like maybe 1/2 inch plywood, and then I'm gonna figure out how far forward I should go in replacing it. Remove this track right here. I don't want to do the whole ceiling because I'd have to take all the cabinets off and stuff. But if I can get away with maybe a few inches forward of the bathroom area, then that'd be perfect. And I don't think anyone would be the wiser. So I'm going to get on that, and I will see you at the hardware store where we'll get some plywood. Later. Good morning, everybody. It rained overnight, and I noticed some more damp spots, so I'm going to have to dig a little deeper. Alright, so I removed the door. It's just a little sliding door. It's right over there. Right there. And because I discovered that it's actually it's very wet right here. So then I removed the center part right here, this little vent, and it doesn't go any further than about 6-8 inches in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get that guy, and I'm just gonna try to blow dry it for a long time, and just try to dry it out, and then call that good. And then I will grab a multi-tool, and I'll just cut it right here, right here, right here, right here, as close to this line as possible. And then I'll screw the other one in, or I'll use that as a template and screw it all in as a new dry piece with a new piece of wood. We did it! Alright, so that template there. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so here is the this is the old rotted piece right here. You can see it was really bad around where the shower was, because the leak was a big leak was on the skylight on this side. Another leak was around here, where the vent fan is. So I'm going to start by actually just tracing all the important parts that will need to be cut out with this Sharpie here. So I know which way is pointing towards the front of the cab. So now that I'm done drilling all those, I'm going to go ahead and cut it out with the saw. Oh fuck. Already messed up. God damn it. Whatever. We'll deal with that later. Alright, I got a little bit carried away there and cut too deep in. We need to keep that. We're getting rid of this, which is probably what I should have noted to myself in the first place. So I'm just going to continue on and try not to make the same mistakes. Cool beans. Alright. That is it. I think I'm going to have to trim here. Let me get the old piece. A nice little clean hole. Alright, so this piece is ready to go, and we'll fit it next. I'll see you in the RV. All right. Okay, so I've got to trace around this. I start a line right here, and I'm going to take the Sharpie to this and then just drag it around like that. I believe that will be the best way to trace the line all the way around. All right, so that worked. I got a straight line all the way around so I can see where exactly to cut. Here goes nothing. Hopefully that works. And there we go. Let's find some screws and get this going. Okay, so I'm putting the skylight in today, and I wanted to take off the plastic part that sits on the top of it and clean it, maybe replace it. And as I was taking it off, I ripped it. So I went to the hardware store to see if they had anything, and the best I could find was this for like an office. I'm gonna cut it down and make it work. I think it'll diffuse the light a little bit better also for the shower. So let's make that happen. So now I gotta wipe this off so that I can apply the double-sided tape, and then we can put on this piece that you just saw me cut. Looks kind of dumb and old, but it's going over a shower and under a clear, well, smoked clear skylight. So, you know, all the privacy you can get in the shower is good, right? So let's go put it in the RV. All right. I forgot to record putting this in, but it's in now. It looks okay. I'll get a close up on it in a minute. But I need to put in the curtain rod, curtain hanger, curtain whatever. It appears to be not quite straight, so I'm gonna fix that. I ended up just making a little block right here, and I think that's gonna be as good as it's gonna get. So I'm gonna slide the other one back in, or the other one. I'm going to slide the curtain in, the curtain rod in, and get the other two pieces screwed into the mount so we can get this project done. Okay. Now for the shower curtain. And last but not least, these are little locks, and they lock the curtain onto the rack. That way it doesn't fall off while you're using it. Legit. Cool. Looks pretty good. Just a few trim pieces, and that's about it. So I'm gonna wrap the video up here, and then I will show you the finished product.